What's up guys, back in today with another reaction on the channel. Today I'll be reacting to the first episode of the Agents of the Seasons, I think it's called. Could be messing that up. Don't really know a lot about this. I was there as soon as I heard the author was the same author as Violet Evergarden, and judging off that, I've got high expectations. Don't get me wrong. Again, I haven't heard about it or anything. I'm not like expecting like a masterpiece, but I absolutely love Violet Evergarden, so I'm expecting a very emotional kind of journey perhaps, but maybe it's just something completely different. Judging by the name, it seems like it's a bit more kind of supernatural. But yeah, looking forward to it. Again, really got no idea what it's going to be about going in. Let me know what you guys think about this first episode though down in the comment section. Also, let's talk about how quick this new season started as well. Like, the old one hasn't even barely finished. I've still got half the shows left to finish. And I've already got new shows coming out, so a bit hectic, but this is one of the most anticipated anime for me this season. We're getting shot up by here. Wait for your chance to strike. Who's the enemy here? I'm assuming these girls are like embodiments of each season. But who's after them? Sakura Spring, maybe? I don't know. Seems like this girl has some trouble speaking. Yeah, this girl can't speak English. Japanese. All too great. So she's Spring. Okay. Ryu. Okay. I also think this is going to be quite Japanese. I mean, obviously it's a Japanese anime, but maybe in terms of like Japanese myths and legends and stuff, it's going to cover. I'm not really sure. Maybe what I'm trying to say is it's probably a bit more understandable if you're Japanese, perhaps, like the premise and stuff. So they can just do that. The mountain is just okay. So yeah, she's like famous. Interesting. Very much been thrust straight into things here, haven't we? So yeah, so again, because we've been frustrated, it's gonna take a minute to get my or a minute to get my head around. So she's like the embodiment of the spring season, almost like a bit of a goddess, but in human form. Yeah, the goddess of spring. Yeah, she's a human. Okay. So I do like this. Again, it's a bit overwhelming at first. You're like, well, getting like thrust in here. Like, what the hell happened at the start? Um, However, I love that type of world building where it just like doesn't hold your hand. It just you kind of figure these things out as you kind of see more. But I do, again, apologies. I will skip back to where we were at. But what happened in this intro? One of them died. The Sakura died. Oh no, that was the same girl we just saw, right? So Cheese Sakura, I think. And she got shot up. So is this after the events of what we're seeing here? Again, we'll see. I'm just kind of just trying to get my head around things. Apologies, but yeah, I thought she clearly got a lot of authority. We can just close a whole mountain off. We're revered as gods by these people, yet they're surprised to see her in like a human form. Interesting, very interesting. So was that scene at the start, just after this, then at the top of Mount Ryugi or whatever? Wow, really? These guys haven't experienced a spring in 10 years. That's sad. So what happens? Does it just go straight from winter to summer? Or is it just eternal winter there? Like so very much, doesn't she? That is your job. You are the embodiment of that, so yeah. Yeah, these two seem extremely close. Yeah, smart idea. They probably do that, don't they? Little heat packs inside the kimono. I don't think I personally like that very much. A bit unstable, not very trustworthy. And if you think about it, you're like going up and down, up and down. It wouldn't be very comfortable either. The Four Seasons Agency. Was there an agency? A fucking so is that the agency we see in the intro? A fucking agency, of course. Of course, we find ways to somehow profit and make a show of this. Netflix agency. Might as well be. That's just some kid. Hey, calm down. Looking like 2-year-old kid. Yeah, not grasp your sword. Always knackering that though. Walking all the way back up Big Hill, slide down. Always a knackering. I was on TV once doing that. They asked us to slide down the hill. A little news show or something. Ishki. I know that word from Yu-Gi-Oh! As with a lot of words, honestly. Japanese words. Is Gishki the word for ritual though? Sorry, it's not really that related, but I do want to look that up. Gishki, because that's an archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh that is a bunch of ritual monsters, and that's the first thing that comes up on here as well. It's like a fish-based, water-based kind of archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh that again is like ritual focused. So is a corruption of the Japanese word Gishiki. Oh, okay. So I read that wrong. Gishki is a corrupted version of the word Gishiki. There's Gishki and Gishiki, and I think they probably said Gishiki in that way. That's what ritual. Okay, cool. I like learning new stuff like that. So sorry guys, again, not really too important. But yeah, I wanted to find out. Ishiki. Gotta be careful with that. Oh, they are small for a 12-year-old. I'm back, baby. But I think spring is maybe my favourite season. I love that. Like, it's like a perfect temperature, getting out of the bad weather. Like the season of promise. It's kind of like a Friday in like days of the week. That makes sense. Like there's still work to do, but you've got the next days are awesome. On behalf of someone. Life acceleration. He's an agent. Daigosha. See, I hear the word agent, I think of corporate bigwig losers. Like the people they were talking about earlier. I was saying, like at Netflix. That's the type of people that I think about when I hear that word. Quite yeah. I mean, I know it's a kid on his own, but it's incredibly risky. If it happens again. Jesus. Present Tanigi. Again, there's a lot going on. A lot of moving gears. The current Tanigiku. Sounded to me like she wanted to kill the previous Tanigiku, but maybe not. Barca. You got to say that. But as I said, that intro, interesting. Now, that intro, does that happen after this? Or did that happen with like a like, yeah. That made that even more interesting. Be real way, huh? Always driving past the toy stores. Oh, come on, good. Let it out now. Please do, please do. Endure and wait for your. We did hear that earlier. What do you mean by that, though? Why do you have to bide your time and wait to strike to put spring in of all things? Like, what's the deal? Who's against spring? Who hates spring? But why though? That doesn't really answer much. They were hibernating, but why? Yeah, yeah, he's kind of spot on there, isn't he? Don't really get it, but yeah. I order. Well, she was about to kill you earlier. I hate those stinking grown ups. Oh shit, like those graves? Yeah. It is amazing. Like I do wonder how, as we hear about the father, like economically speaking and such, how much that must affect things. Just getting rid of spring like that, like whole sectors probably just don't even exist in this universe. Businesses like I can't really name any off the top of my head, but maybe there's certain like fruits or flowers, like florist job that may be very different because there's so much more. It'd be I don't really know how it works, but I expect it's probably the case of where there's maybe is it instead of spring they just have 3 more months of winter, or is it there's like a month and a half more of winter and a month and a half more of summer? Again, the details or whatever. But I imagine there's businesses out there that purely maybe most of their business comes in spring. Maybe they can only farm certain fruits or vegetables or something in spring or something. So as I said, it's interesting to think about just like the economical change this has on things. But yeah. But there's maybe even like from a mental health point of view, to be honest with you. I mean, I know that like that might not be exactly the case, but for some people, like genuinely like getting more out there and such, and like those seats, it's harder to go outside and such in winter. So if winter's like even longer, if you're like an elderly person, it's harder to go out and like socialize and stuff. Like yeah, just like things you don't really like think about. It'd be interesting to see how that kind of affects things going forward in this show. I think as we're seeing here, we'll see the effects of those kind of like. I mean, her mum would have died and such anyway, but it'd be nice to see the positive effects of spring coming back and so on. Is it also the case that I imagine we're just bringing spring back to this area, and maybe there are other areas that need to have spring back that we need to go to or something? To these like ritual places, shrines. But yeah, there sure is a lot of interesting stuff going on already, isn't there? Oh. Okay, we've got a fan and a dream. About to go down. Well, shot. So that gunshot. Oh shit. Hey, this reminds me a lot of Okami. I love that game. I love circling little areas and bringing like the world back. But damn, I know the visuals are amazing, but the sound effects are also really really impactful. Again, weirdly reminds me of Okami. Okay, so the sorry, it's always a little confusing. We've got the lyrics. Lyrics are bottom. What the character? I'd love it if there was like one rule. If you know what I'm saying, like the lyrics would always be at the top and the characters talk was always at the bottom. It'd be a bit easier to keep up with. But okay, sorry guys. I'll sort the time out in a minute. But yeah, I've got to read the top portion, which I didn't read. Each season song. So each season has their own song. They can and they can manifest their season through that song. Okay. As I said a couple of times, like it really reminds me of. I love the scenes in the game Okami where you like beat a boss or something, um, or you like sort out an area, and you just get like this awesome visual of just all the flowers coming back, the darkness, kind of like. There were some of my favorite moments in that game, and it was just like just a visual of like spring, essentially, just things springing back up. Weirdly, weirdly, I feel like the same way. Yeah, I guess it's not that weird because it is similar, but yeah. So this girl has experienced this. When she was just a baby. The sakura trees were blooming. Harudayo. To be honest with you, I remember fuck all when I was that age. That's impressive. I think it was pretty close to the best actually. I'd hate each other. Oh, the myth, eh? Yeah, might be a myth for us, but okay. So there's a bit of an explanation of how the seasons kind of came to be at the end here. Lovely scene at the end there, by the way. Exactly what I expected. What I said in the intro, I knew it would have that kind of very similar. It's gonna be a very different type of story, but I feel like you kind of know. I mean, I've only seen one of the author's works, but like I kind of get her writing, like if you know what I'm saying. I kind of get that style and how emotionally packed it is. How good she is at writing characters as well. That, by the way. So yeah, I kind of this is what I expected. I expected to feel this impactful, and again, that end sequence there was amazing, wasn't it? Lovely performance as well. The visuals. What studio is doing this, by the way? I didn't actually. Oh, it says right there. Although this sometimes they have like a few studios in the credits that help work on things, so I'm not 100% sure, but it says Wit Studio, so that also makes sense. They are fantastic. But yeah, the visuals, the soundtrack, the sound effects, the impact of the scene as well, how emotional it was amazing right there. But yeah, we'll get back to this explanation of the seasons right here. So it's summer and autumn's decision to kind of bestow these abilities to bring these seasons to being to human people. Interesting. Is this the each of the seasons talking right now? So they so the honeymoon was over between summer, spring, and winter, and autumn and summer's idea was to bestow the power onto humans so that their honeymoon could continue, and they could love each other forever. See, I don't know. I don't really get what I don't. Yeah, I don't really like. It's hard to quantify that. If you know what I'm saying. How could I imagine that? I got to imagine them as like people loving each other, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like they were not people during that part. They were like literally the seasons, like the essence of the seasons. I don't know. Yeah, that is all of the voice actors slash actresses voicing. Okay. So this is summer. Autumn is the baby. What the hell? And winter is the dude. Okay, okay. He's the one guy. Cradle of Silver. And this is their like retainers or whatever talking now. So these are agents. Like, I mean, that sounds silly me saying that, but I said my like, explanation of what an agent was earlier on this episode. So they are like they aren't actually like the embodiments of the seasons. These are humans that have been given the kind of power to bestow the seasons at these like shrines and stuff. I think. Okay, and hence they are the agents of the seasons, not the seasons themselves. Okay. We're about murder. Common love story. So what the hell's the deal with the intro then? I guess that's the story of murder. It looked like Sakura died in the intro, right? But we'll go back and watch that a second time now. Lingering snow. So it seems like everybody's been keeping up with their jobs but her. Again, why exactly did she... Was it the case when they said she went into hibernation? Was it actually her that went into hibernation herself? Or was it the power bestowed upon the person before? Maybe the person before, again, died and they spent like 9 years figuring out who to give it to next or something. Who knows? Like I said, I guess a lot of it depends on when this intro happened. Like, what's going on here? It's really dark as well, so it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, so there's Winter's kind of retainer guy, and that's no, that's not Winter, is it? Is that Winter? What he looks like now. Sorry. I think like you think Winter would be the one with the grey hair, but no, he's the one on the left. Okay, so yeah, that's Winter, and like Winter's like retainer slash. See, I'd like to call him his agent, but partner, we'll say. Winter and Winter's partner here with Hani, Giku, and Sakura, and it looked like Sakura got shot. So again, I'm assuming this is in the future, but because she got told to endure during this, and so I'm assuming that this was before she went into hibernation. But how the hell is Sakura like still going about and like yeah, okay, lots of questions, but that's a good thing. That is a good thing. As I said, gives us a lot of interest, a lot of intrigue into looking to the more about this stuff in the future. But yeah, really good episode today. The vibes were amazing. As I said, felt very like it felt similar to Violet Evergarden in terms of you could probably tell who the author was if you didn't know, but also it's like very different in terms of like premise, like the mythological stuff. But yeah, in terms of like the characters and the emotion, very much feels very similar. So very yeah, really looking forward to it. I said very a lot there. Apologies. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's some really nice character design, some really lovely, heartwarming characters at that as well. Like I like these girls' relationship, Sakura and Hanegiku. I think is really nice. This kid that we probably won't see much of like in the future, but as we see a lot in Violet Evergarden, some of the episodic episodes in that show were some of the best in the whole series. So, and it was very similar here, honestly, in terms of like that writing for this little girl, bless her. But yeah, awesome performance. Again, the visuals, like the studio, done an amazing job. Whoever that is, I'm assuming Wit Studio, but I could be wrong about that. And yeah, look forward to seeing the other three kind of answers as well, hopefully at some point. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comment section. Really good start. As I said, one of the most anticipated shows for me this season, and off to a great start. So hopefully more of this to come. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. Apologies for pausing so much. As I said, there's a lot to kind of wrap your head around, but yeah, we'll figure it out in the future. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.